Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Winnebago County detectives, that is, and family members put out a call for help to find a missing man.
They first alerted you. 65-year-old Wayne Seams was first reported missing a week ago by his wife. We've since learned she died unexpectedly.
In a first alert update tonight, Holly Brantley talked to detectives today and has more from Winnebago County.
We're told Mr. Seams was last seen near his home on Bonneview Road. Now, since that time, Winnebago County detectives and law enforcement from multiple agencies tell us they've been searching constantly.
We still have no indication as to where Mr. Seams is located.
Detective Lieutenant Mike Sewall says dozens of officers are searching using canine units, drones, and planes, but the area is challenging.
The area around their residence is mostly cropland, so there's bean fields, hundreds of acres of cornfields. There's islands of woods in hilly areas, so it's a very difficult area to search.
Sewall tells us Sandra Seams, Wayne's wife, unexpectedly died due to medical reasons just after her husband disappeared, adding to the trauma this family is experiencing right now. Sewall says when his wife reported him missing, she didn't have any idea where he might be headed. He left his home with no medications, no phone, no wallet, and without leaving a note.
We're obviously looking into every bit of evidence we can to try to locate Mr. Seams at this time. We've gone as far as grid searching, multiple properties, hundreds of acres of land throughout the vicinity.
Seams was last seen wearing blue jeans, possibly a yellow flannel and gray tennis shoes. He's believed to have a handgun, and we're told he recently bought 3 boxes of ammunition. Detectives say it would mean the world to them to find Mr. Seams and bring his family some peace. If you have any information, contact Winnebago County authorities. In Winnebago County, Holly Brantley, Action 2 News.